Understand? Any questions? Yeah.
You say it's natural. It's natural because it's static. But when you look at animal, a sprinter, they break the line because they add the velocity. So a sprinter will add it to gravity to go faster. So what you say, change a little bit if you add the speed in your position? Or?
And also if you're lying down, you break the line as well. So we can always choose examples that are completely, opposite of what this is. I mean, I'm being sarcastic, but like, it's a little bit comparing apples to oranges, a little bit, because for sure, when the sprinter's ready, getting ready before he goes into the box, it's not like this. Okay, I'm ready. Of course he's not, he's like, maintaining his form. And what I want to say about that as well is that even in karate, like we don't want our shoulder to be in line with our hip. We want our shoulder to be slightly in front of our hip in order to have structural alignment. So if where's my engineer friend? Who is it? Oh, you're the engineer, right? You're an engineer?
Yes.
So in structural engineering, you never want a joint that goes this way, then this way, then this way, right? It just breaks, right? So in basic engineering, you always want the joints, if it's in load bearing, you always want the joints to be behind the next one, so it kind of load bears correctly. You never want to have this kind of action collapse straight away, right? So this is exactly the same in the structural engineering of your body. If you're going to punch something, you never want this to be in line, or even worse, because some people are so focused on the hips that the hip is in front of the shoulder, and so there's a zigzag element to this. Yeah. So my point about the sprinter is trying to put power forward by leaning forward, and the power source is behind. In a very small level, we're doing exactly the same thing. That knee is in front of the ankle, the hip is in front of the knee, the shoulder is in front of the hip, and the fist, of course, is in front of the shoulder. So we have that position, not that position. Brilliant. Also, another thing to say about breaking your line. You can, like we were talking about yesterday, you can break your line to an extent, depending on your core strength, without losing your sense. So the most important is not losing your sense, not losing that connection between your legs and your body. So I'm connected, I'm just breaking my line, but I can be straight and disconnect. Okay, stand up. Okay, from here, you're Gaksugi. So, nice, relaxed, Agyuke, and Gaksugi, heave, san, shi, go, look, chich, hach, kyu, jo. Okay, Sotuke, Sotuke, ni, san, shi, go, look, chich, hach, kyu, jo. Okay, Uchuke, ich, ni, san, shi, go, look, chich, hach, kyu, jo. Last one, get up right, ish. Good hand, knee, Gaksugi. San, shi, go, look, chich, hach, kyu, jo. Okay, hand high. H. Okay, Gaksugi, Agyuke, ich, ni, san, shi, go, look, chich, hach, kyu, jo. Sotuke, ich, ni, san, shi, go, look, chich, hach, kyu, jo. Sotuke, ich, ni, san, shi, go, look, chich, hach, kyu, jo. Camera, breathe, ni, san, shi, go, look, chich, hach, kyu, jo. Okay, go in, sit down, take it easy. Okay. So, with your partners. So, okay, Gaksugi. Okay, push, push, push. Block, any block, knee. Okay, push, push, san, push, push, shi, different block, push, push, go, push, push, rock, push, push, shich, push, push, hatch, push, push, kyo, push, and jaw. Any block. Hey. Yeah. Understand?
Yes.
Adding pressure. So, like, do different blocks so you can check different things, but do all the blocks. Do a different block every single time. But make sure you're pushing in the direction of travel. So his IQKs come from up, so you're pushing in and down. Now you can push this way, and then he has no resistance, but he doesn't need resistance this way. He needs resistance. He needs resistance this way. So this way. Uchuke. He needs resistance this way. Okay, so he's got to use his back muscles, yeah? Sotuke, same shape, of course, but resistance is from his pec, so internally it's very different. And Giranbrai, again, you want a direction of travel is this way, so you want to push this way. Okay, this way. Of course, this is weak, but this way, again, back muscles, you want to feel that line. Feel that line. Do you understand? And Gakuzuki, of course, just add pressure. Feel it going into your back leg. Back leg is pushing. Okay? Go, with your partners, try. I'll take the big guy. Jake. I will give you advice on the stance. Like I'm seeing a lot of people who are punching and your arm line of your wrist is flat. Like if I ever see anybody who's punching like this, I think, oh yeah, they're not used to punching anything. Like I think it's kind of a myth that it's kind of a myth that people are told that you should have one straight line from the top of your hand to your top of your wrist. Like I think anybody who's used to punching, your shape is like this, punching something. Form, like you'll see like kata, like especially the people who only compete at kata, like WKF guys, and this is completely straight. And you go, well, they've never punched anything in their lives. Whereas if you're, anybody who's punching something a lot, this is the natural position you'll make. So if you're like this to me feels really weak, and if he pushes, then like sure I can shore it up, but really if I'm digging in, this is the position I'm digging into. This position. Do you understand? This has far more connection than this. This I feel like I'm gonna. Well, I'm not exaggerating that. I can't dig into it because my wrist isn't strong enough, whereas this is. Understand? So you'll only ever get this by pushing things regularly. If you punch things regularly, this is the shape you'll naturally make. And I don't expect you to get that now, but what I would say is kind of rid yourself with the idea that this should be straight. It shouldn't be. Slightly engaged. Okay? Yes. Okay, back to what you do. If your ankle is not flexible, therefore you have to bring that foot in. Try your best back and forward. And after shoulder, it's like, okay, that's limitation. Now, follow the principle of the shape.
But for me, press the legs tight to the other side. I feel more comfortable. From that,
so, like, of course, when you get to, it's more easy. We all parallel. Yeah. So,